Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to be reading my personal insight question essay responses to you. Just note that there are, I believe, 7 different personal insight question options that you could choose from. One of them is required, and then you have to answer, if I could scroll, 3 other essays that you get to choose out of the 7. So one of the essays is required, and then you get to choose 3 out of the other 7 prompts. So if you're interested in hearing what I said and you want an example of an essay, just stay tuned. I will begin reading them now.
Language is the constant in my life that has always weighed more heavily on my mind than it may for others. Growing up in a household with a sister who is deaf, communication was front and center in my family, and when she had a child of her own, the difficulties that come along with not being able to communicate effectively began to materialize. In my nephew's 8 years of life, I have always wondered what I could do to help him be able to better communicate and bond with my sister. It was not until I took a cultural anthropology course in the spring semester of my second year of college that I realized how the field of linguistics could be the solution to this issue. Though the coverage of linguistics in the course was brief, it opened up a portal of curiosity inside me that told me that this is what I want to study. In the same semester, I was also enrolled in an experimental psychophysiology course, which gave me an opportunity to design and carry out my own experiment. My experiment on impression management, which involves verbal, nonverbal, and paraverbal communication behaviors, combined my interest in linguistics with research. This was my first experience executing an independent research project that was completely up to my discretion, and I fell in love with the process of asking a question and developing a method to answer it. This allowed me to dip my feet in the pool of research and gave me an idea of what it would be like to delve into this field of study at the University of California. This research opportunity helped me realize that my goal of helping those who are affected by the issues that come along with ineffective and impaired speech could be accomplished with speech pathology. My current enrollment in an introductory linguistics course has only buttressed this desire. I have set my mind on taking the path towards becoming a speech pathologist, and a degree in linguistics would serve as the perfect gateway to pursuing this career. Planning a wedding is a huge responsibility. Being held accountable for one of the most crucial elements of the biggest day of one's life is even more stressful when you are a young adult. In 2013, I was thrown into the bridal industry with no idea of how much of an impact it would come to have on me. Now my life revolves around my work helping anxious brides with the day they have been dreaming of since the day they were children. No pressure, right? Since starting at Trudy's Brides as a cashier, I have evolved into a team player who is well versed in problem solving, and this eventually earned me the title of the lead of the bridesmaids department. After a few months as cashier, I was ready for a challenge. The bridesmaids department had recently taken a major hit, with several consultants resigning, leaving the department with no one to supervise it. My managers had not taken any measures to ensure the survival of the department going forward. This presented me with an opportunity to exercise my leadership skills. I had limited experience working with customers, but committed myself to becoming the most knowledgeable person in the store on that department. I worked tirelessly to familiarize myself with the merchandise and the paperwork, so much so that it is now practically second nature. I was the only person working in the department, but managed to convince a few coworkers in other departments to join me. I trained those employees on the procedures and established a team that would be able to handle countless customers at the height of busy season. Soon enough, the department was back on its feet and experienced its best numbers in years, with sales more than tripling from the prior season. I am confident that my efforts have contributed to a positive experience for employees and customers alike, and it added to the overall security of the department. Under my leadership, the department continues to experience growth and transformation from the forgotten department to one of the most lucrative. For years, I dreaded when people asked me where I would attend college. I had known for quite some time that due to financial hardship, the fate of my higher education would lie in the California community college system. The stigma that surrounds community college is overwhelming, and as a student at a private high school where I was expected to go to a 4-year university after graduation, it was a painful letdown to announce that I would go to the school that was awarded the moniker Waste Valley. The first few semesters of college, this stigma mentally oppressed me. I believed that there was no point in trying because in this setting good grades did not mean anything. This idea consumed me until one day I received a notification that my minimal academic efforts had earned me a spot in the exclusive honors program at my college. Suddenly, making an effort to do well in school meant the world. From that point forward, it became my mission to ensure that my performance in school represented my will to do well academically, to defy the stigma, and to show that community college is a place to thrive. Taking advantage of acceptance into the program, I enrolled in honors courses which demanded much of my time and energy and challenged me intellectually. It is in this setting that I learned what it means to apply myself to academics and explore what I am capable of by pushing myself to do my best when it comes to school. Being a part of this program was the catalyst to my devotion to school and the shift in my mindset towards one that was proud to attend West Valley, as it provided the perfect environment for me to realize my full potential. While this barrier once prevented me from accepting community college as a great opportunity, I now realize the ignorance behind that stigma, and I am determined to prove that it is incorrect by continuing outstanding academic performance in my time left at West Valley and at the university level. Moolah, dough, cash, cheddar. There are a plethora of names that refer to money, and despite the fact that my last name is Dollar, money is the one thing that does not flow abundantly in my household. The 2008 financial crisis destroyed my family's small business, and it never fully recovered. My single mother, who once owned 2 homes, was forced to move us from rental to combat the rapidly fluctuating housing market. The funds that my parents had set aside for my education had been decimated in an effort to keep our family fed, clothed, and sheltered. I was fortunate enough to be accepted to Presentation High School on a scholarship, which took a giant weight off of my parents' shoulders. As soon as I was old enough to get a work permit, I found a job at Northern California's #1 bridal retailer so that I could alleviate some of my mom's expenses. When it came to college, I was on my own. While this was a great challenge, I like to think of it as a blessing in disguise. It forced me to grow up a little bit faster than some of my friends, appreciate the value of my education, and gave me the ability to say that I am a woman who puts herself through college. There's certainly no shame in accepting monetary help from relatives when it comes to funding college, but putting my hard-earned dollars towards my education has made me appreciate it that much more. I've never missed a single day of class because I know that missing that information would be sabotaging myself not only in terms of learning, but also in the money I put towards my education. I strive for the highest grades I can possibly earn and push myself to go the extra mile when studying, just so that the money I earn and put into my schooling will pay off. I take pride in my academic performance so that all the dinero, greenbacks, and bucks I put into my education pays off.